Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We will begin. My name is Fatur Fadilah, and I'm from the English Education Class 1. And today I'm going to explain to you guys about Chapter 5, Non-Verbal Communications. So don't waste any more time. Let's get it. Communication is the transfer of information from one person to another. In other words, we can say communication as the exchange of the ideas, information, edge, between two or more people. Most of us spend about 75% of our waking hours communicating our knowledge, thoughts, and ideas to others. There are three major types of communication, namely visual, or verbal, or dialogue, and non-verbal communications. Non-verbal communication is the process of the communicating through sending and receiving wordless message. Non-verbal communication can be divided into six parts. Okay, let's get jump to the first point. A. Body language. Body language or kinesics is a significant. Body language is the aspect of the modern communications and relationships. Body language can be defined as the conscious and unconscious movement and posture by which attitude and feeling are communicated. It got both ways. Uh, The first point is your own body language reveal your feeling and meaning to the other. And two, other people body language reveal their feelings and meanings to you. Body language and more technically, the study of body language is also known as uh, kinesics, which is derived from the Greek word kinesis, meaning motions. Includes body movement, body position, facial expressions, as well as dress. Number one is the body movement, or as known as we know is a gesture. Body language allow individuals to communicate a variety of feelings and thoughts, from contempt and hostility to approval and affections, often together with body language. In addition to spoken words, the most familiar categories of body language are the so-called emblems or quotable gestures. These are confessional, culture-specific body language that can be used as replacement for words, such as the hand wave use. For the example, such as the hand wave used in the US for hello or goodbye. Body language are a crucial part of everyday conversation, such as chatting, describing routes, or negotiating price on market, and many more. One of the most frequently observed, but least understood cue is the hand movement. Most people use hand movement regularly when talking. It can indicate a particular meaning, feeling, or intentions. Salute. The salute is a formal greeting where the open hand is brought up to the forehead. It's often used in the military and strictly prescribed uh, manner and in specific situations. Bowing. Bowing is another formal greeting and can be extreme as a whole. a 90-degree bend from the waist to even complete prostrations on the floor. The greater efforts the eyes, I dare not look to your majesty and expose the head. Or if I tell you about, you can kill me if you wish. Okay, next. Waving. Waving can be done from the distance. This allow from greeting when you first spot another person's something like that. Another familiar body language are using finger. Some as a body movement, finger communicate many things. Here are some of the gestures. Okay, gestures. When you put the index finger on your thumb in America and England, it means everything is well or good or perfect. Yeah, something like that. In Latin America, Germany, Middle East, and France is a sign of insult. You know what I'm saying, right? Okay, thumbs up. In America or Europe, is a sign of approval or heat seeking. In America, when a person stands near the road and use these signs, it means she or he wants to take a free ride in your car, so you will stop and pick up the persons. But in Iran, police advise people not to pay attention to signs like this. In Asian and Islamic countries, it is considered rude. Yeah, thumbs down. It generally indicates that something is bad or not accepted. It's receive the thumbs down has entered the English language as an expressions to indicate that something has failed. Yeah, something bad like that. When you read, if you, how about my voice? Is it good? And you will show your thumbs up. Okay, something like that. Next, fee gestures. With the palm facing forward, this gesture is seen as positive and meaning victory during the 1960 and early 1970. It became a symbolic gesture and of the alternative to mean peace. With the palm facing inward, this gesture in Japan is seen as negative or insulting. Twisting finger. Generally, this means wishing for good luck or fortunes. Another interpretation could be seen as here hoping, as such folklore believe that crossing the finger when telling a lie somehow upsets the evil of the lie. Some historians believe that crossing your finger is hidden are a secret way of making the Christian signs of the cross, a surefire way of defeating demons as like that. As a gesture, it has both positive and negative symbolism, luck or lies. Crook finger. In today, in Western society, the crook finger is seen as a somewhat impolite hand gestures, uh, almost exclusively superior to subordinate, like senior to junior, parent to child, and something like that, right? Hand gesture has arrogance about it. It's also used to for summoning a waiter, and in some countries, it's used exclusively for calling over uh, I mean mm, prostitute. Yeah, something. Okay, point number two is body positions. Cells representative Franz Beer from Germany and Jim Banks from Britain are in difficult negotiations. Things are getting tense. Franz sits upright and is disturbed as Jim relaxes on his chair. Franz feels that Jim is not taking the negotiation uh, seriously. Jim feels that Fred is getting more and more aggressive. These situations both some show how two people can misinterpret each other behavior, and so the situation escalates. The German upright the position indicates the seriousness. Meanwhile, the Britain relaxing posture in the chair indicate his wish to diffuse the situations. Yeah. In some culture, travelers should be careful to avoid exposing a certain part of their body. In Arab culture, for example, the soul of the fruit is considered dirty, yeah, and should never be shown. So anyone can adopt the local custom of sitting on the floor, for instance, has to take care to avoid doing this. And number three is facial expressions. Facial expression usually communicate emotions. The expressions tell the attitude of the communicator. It's now generally accepted that certain basic facial expression of human emotion are recognized around the world. To end that, the use and recognition of this expression is genetically inherited rather than socially conditioned or learned. Facial expression have some receipt. I mean, like the some receipt, yeah, like food. The first is eyes, mouth, head, arm, hand. So I'm gonna explain to you about eyes first. It includes looking right, generally looking left, generally looking right and up, looking right sideways, looking right and down, looking left and up, looking left sideways, looking left down, and many more. Yeah, still many more. B mode. The mode can be touched. The mode can be touched by the obscure by a person on hands or finger, and it's tremendously flexible and expressive part of the body too, performing a central role in facial expression. Past smile, fake smile, twisted smile, drop jaw smile, smile to hide tilted, looking up, louder, force a louder, biting lip, and climb over mode. C. Head. Okay. The head is very significant in body language. The head tends to lead on and determine general body directions, be it also fetal and vulnerable, being where our brain is. So the head is used a lot in directional like and dislike. Yes, something like that. Maybe body language in defensive like self protections, yeah, body language too. D. Arms. Arm acts as defensive barrier when across the body and conversely indicate feelings of the openness and security when the open position, especially combined with the open palms. Hands. The hands contain many more nerve connections to brain the most even on all the body parts. They are extremely expressive and flexible tools. So it's natural for hands to be used a lot in signaling consciously, as with emphasizing gesture to or unconsciously to us in a wide range of urinary movement, which indicate otherwise hidden feelings and thoughts. Yeah. Okay. Point number four. Since the time of Cave Dweller and Kister, people take great deal of attentions to clothes. Uh, they made clothes of the tree leaves, animal hides, and now we have the excellent apparel industries. Uh, they use artificial material to manufacture clothing. Our clothing is a part of our culture identity. B. Eye contact. Eye contact is the meeting of the eyes between two individuals. In human, eye contact is a form of nonverbal communication as a large influence on social behavior. Eye contact provide a way in which one can study social interaction as it provides indication of social and emotional information. Eye contact can establish a sense of intimacy between two individuals such as the gaze of lover or two eye contact involved in flirting. Eye contact develop in cultural context and different gaze have different meanings all over the world. C. Touch or haptics. Touch is culturally determined, but each culture has a clear concept of what parts of the body one may not touch. Basic message of touch is the affect the or control protect support is approved like hug, kiss, hit, kick, yeah, something like that. Here are some example. In US, handshake is common. I mean, even for stranger. Made to hug kiss for those opposite gender or yeah, family. Usually on an increasingly more intimate basis. Most African American touch on greeting but are annoyed if you touch on the head. Good boy, like good girl overtones. Yeah. D. Body distance or space or proxemics. Proxemic or personal space is defined as the study of the amount of space that people find comfortable between themselves and other people are usually more comfortable standing closer to family members than to the stranger. The study of the way that people use the psycho space to convey message is called proxemics. Personality also determines the size of the space for American distance in social conversation is about at arm's length to our feet. Yeah, less French in American culture may be associated with greater intimacy or aggressive behavior. A. Paralanguage. Intonation pattern and tone voice vary widely in different culture. One culture sounds like the hysterical argument in another culture will be considered to be the norm for a reasonable argument. The British manager come to wrong conclusions about the tone of the conversation when he judged the sounds of the people speaking in Polish by the very different intonation pattern in English. V. Turn to taking. Informal, civilized Western type of conversation speakers do not speak all the time. They wait for their turn. But how do people got to the allocating turn to each other or themselves? This is the mechanism of the turn taking one of the hand. There are natural breaks in every conversation. The speaker has to pause for the break, or runs out things say, or simply declares his or her contribution to be finished. Okay. Uh, Thanks for watching my video. I hope you learned something from my video and my explanation. So Hope we will see you again in the next video. And thanks. Bye.